up, my britches? If you're new here, hello, my name is Brittany. That was a bad clap. Hello, everybody. I am back today for a very anticipated video. I got my perfect custom Hourglass palette. Now, if you're unfamiliar with me and my channel, you may not know. Hold on one second. Hello, my name is Brittany and I'm addicted to Hourglass palettes. I am an Hourglass hoarder / collector / your go-to Hourglass bitch, if you will. So, I have been collecting these palettes for several years at this point. Hourglass is one of my favorite brands when it comes to powder formulas. So naturally, when I saw that they were doing these palettes, I lost my whole shit along with the rest of the internet because everybody is so excited about this. We have been waiting for this for so long. And if you're wondering why I look hella flat today, it's because I'm going to apply this custom palette to my face today. So if you guys are excited about this, give it a thumbs up or thumbs it down. That's cool too. Did you guys get a palette? I see all the britches coming to the live chat. What's poppin'? All aboard the Hot Wax Express, everybody. But like I said, if you aren't familiar with me, I always produce a shit ton of Hourglass content. Like anytime they're launching new palettes, I make sure that I'm demoing them, reviewing them, swatching them, like the fucking works. And if I don't need to tell you, let me show you, because I went through and I swatched all of the shades that were available in this custom curation extravaganza, if you will. So if you guys did not see this short already, and if you want to see detailed swatches applied to my hand and also on my face, this is going to be the video that you want to check out. It's going to give you the best idea of which may work for your skin tone, because I always tell people, do not judge Hourglass by their swatches. It does not translate the same. And this video is going to show you that. So in this video, I did not have one shade. One shade out of, I think, the 20-something. The flies are back, guys. I'm like, what the fuck? It's been raining like crazy, but we can't get rid of the flies. So we ready this year. All right, anyways. So, like I said, check out this video if you're wanting a detailed video on these. As of right now, according to the Hourglass website, these curated palettes some of them are available. So they launched curated palettes and they also launched the custom palettes. I was gonna get all the curated palettes, but they're being hella fucking weird about this. And this is just like a little bone that I want to pick with Hourglass. First of all, these all were sold out before they even actually launched. Like these were available, I think, like the day before. And I should have went and bought all of them at that time because I like buying these for content purpose. And that way you guys could have seen them all, but it's showing like one is in stock, 4 of them are out of stock. So you see the curated palettes, you have the Dawn palette, the Dusk palette, the Golden Hour palette, the Sunrise palette, and the Sunset palette. I get why Hourglass did this. The price point is $78. It still says coming soon. I don't fucking know. I like the fact that they kept the pricing the same for the curated and also the custom. I just don't really understand why you would launch custom and curated at the same time. To me, it just didn't make sense. I felt that. So as you can see on the website, it does say, well, it actually doesn't say, we're just assuming that these are currently sold out. And if you are international, I was offering like a basically Hourglass mule service. So I ordered a couple for people that wanted to get them that are in other countries, just because these are strictly for the US. I'm assuming other countries may see this at some point. I feel like this was almost like a test run. I don't know. I just think it's really bizarre the way that Hourglass does some things. I mean, I still love them, so that just is what it is. So before we get into me applying my custom palette, I need to know, did you guys buy one? What are the shades that you guys picked? I see you guys are commenting already. And if you're watching the playback, this is live, so if you're watching and want to like bypass all the bullshit, I always recommend watching it like 2 times speed. So Jessica said she ordered 3. So this was one thing at first that was a little bit tricky because initially they said it was only 1 per customer. Well, as we do, we figure out the loophole. So all you have to do if you want to buy more than 1 custom palette, you just have to check out separately. So it's annoying as fuck because I can't remember if the shipping, if it meets like free shipping or not. It's just annoying that you have to place multiple different orders, but I mean, we'll do it because we're addicted. And it does take, I think, 5 to 7 days for shipping. So just be aware. Normally, Hourglass is on top of it when it comes to their shipping. Like, I usually get my shit overnight. This is gonna be loud. Oh, that it landed right on my microphone. I'm like, these fucking flies. Anyways, so the shipping is a little bit slower for the custom palettes. I'm not sure how the curated palettes is. I'm assuming the curated will be faster, but let's see what you guys got. So At Night, Sunset Glow, Burnished Glow, Celestial Strobe Light. Yes, I love it. I got 2 and got them delivered today. Let's see, we have Lucid Glow, Mood Flush, Iridescent Coral, and Oasis Glow. I have, I think, 2 of those shades in my palette. I'm so excited. So let me know what ones you guys got. And let's just dive into what I chose for my perfectly little curated palette. Now, when I was designing this, the main thing that I wanted was the bronzer, because this is the only shade in the collection that I don't currently own. So I needed to prioritize that shade. So when I put that in there, I also was thinking, okay, what are other shades that I really love, but I don't reach for that much? Because whenever I'm thinking of using a face palette, I usually want to reach for my like bronzer, contour, blush, and highlight all in one. So that is how I came up with this gorgeous color story. As you can see, we're all about the oranges today. But I just, absolutely love Burnished Glow, but I don't really reach for the Tiger palette that much. So I wanted to have this more accessible, and it just made more sense in my brain. I don't know, we shall see. So I also got the shade Diffuse Bronze Light, which is one that everybody has been asking for, so I'll be very excited to see how this looks on my skin. I also got the shade Lucid Glow and Oasis Glow. So I'm going to apply all these on my face right now. So I'm really excited. Now, you guys were asking me about this brush pretty much every time that you've seen me use it. This, to me, is one of the most perfect brushes for these palettes because it fits perfectly in the pan. It's very reminiscent to what I feel like a lot of people love about the Hourglass brush, but I love that it has the curve. It almost gives me... Hold on, let me try to find it. I'm sorry if the flies drive you guys crazy. They come back every year. I can't do anything about it. So the one that I used to always use was the Rephr number 4, which Rephr does still have their site-wide sale going on, I believe. So this was always the one that I used before, but it did start getting a little bit scratchy because I have had this brush for literally years, probably like since I found out about Rephr. So this is a relatively old one, or it might not be this one, but the one that I would always reach for was an older brush. So I just noticed it was a little bit scratchy. But then we came across this brush, which is brand new from Crystal Cosmetics. So it is now available for pre-order. If you're wanting to support a smaller indie brand that makes fantastic brushes, highly recommend. It will look different than what it looks like here because this is technically the prototype. So let me show you really quick. The handle will look something like this. Like if you're seeing these blue-handled brushes, that's the handle that this will have. So like I said, this is a prototype, but I have been testing this brush and I've been using the absolute piss out of it when it comes to especially these Hourglass palettes. So if you're interested, they aren't going to ship till I think like August. So again, it's an indie brand. They're a small brand. They're trying to get, I think, 3 different brushes launched. So it's this brush, another brush you guys ask frequently about. I think this is technically like the K19. There's a whole like pre-sale section on their website. I have it linked down below. Check out these brushes though, fantastic. But this one is the K32. Link down below, like I said. So here we go. Let's first jump into the bronzer, because this one, I feel like, to me, this is going to be lighter than what I typically would go for. Just because, from what I hear, a lot of the pale skin girlies really love this bronzer. So I'm anticipating it to be a little bit more neutral in tone / more cooler in tone. From what I hear as well, this is the most cool tone bronzer that Hourglass has to offer. So just keep that in mind. If you're not looking for a cooler tone, this may not be the one for you. I feel like this is pulling more like neutral tone, but very light, but I'm going to have to build it up, which is fine because I always build up my Hourglass powders anyways. So I'm going to use this brush on one side, and then I'm going to use my NARS Ida on the other side because I feel like I could use this as a contour shade. That's very nice. Very natural looking. Ooh! Jessica said the first one I got was my bronzer palette, then the light blush option, and then my darker blush. See, I love how everybody is curating their palettes. Like, this would not be something if I saw it where I would like lose my shit about it. It was more of I just wanted something different. And I think that's what was really appealing about the customization aspect is people can just make whatever the fuck they want. And it's all the permanent shades. I would have loved to have seen new shades, obviously. But, I mean, I'm happy with the fact that they gave us custom palettes. Now, one thing I do want to note, and I do have a kind of like a bone to pick with Hourglass about this, because these are $78 for shadows. When I'm designing my palette, like when I'm visualizing it on your website and I'm selecting 1, 2, 3, 4, I would expect it to be in the order that I designed it. That's not how mine came. So the way that I designed mine was I put my bronzer in the top corner, Oasis Glow should have been here, Lucid Glow should have been here, and then Burnish Glow should have been here. Some people aren't going to give a fuck about that. I do. Just because that is one thing where I'm like, okay, if I'm designing it, that's what I want. And that's the way that I want it to look. So just be mindful of that. It's not always going to come exactly as you order it, which to me is annoying. So that's just one little minor critique that I would say for $78. And overall, it's like I'm literally telling you exactly what I want and placing it exactly where I want. That's what I want, Hourglass, so give it to me. So I'm going to grab really quickly my NARS Ida just to see what this looks like in more of a precise application. I probably should have taken this out before. Watch me not be able to find it. This is one of my favorite brushes when it comes to my contour. Okay, I'm not going to be able to find it, I don't think, so I might have to switch her up and pick a different one. But I do reach for the Crystal Lee one quite a bit. I bet you because it's shorter, it's like falling to the side. Hold on, just give me one moment. You can feel free to like the video in the meantime while you're waiting for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Are you guys happy to see me back on the YouTube? I've been taking a little break from the TikTok because I know not everybody on here loves TikTok. Look at that. It fell down. We back, baby. All right. Jessica said, oh, I'm going to be mad if that happens. I change mine around so many times. Yeah, me too. So that's why I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm telling you guys that that is something that did happen to me was I opened it and I'm just like, that doesn't look the way that it was supposed to. Because I don't know what it is about like having the non-marble on one side and then the marble on one side. I wanted it like diagonal from each other. Such a small thing, but it mattered to me and I just wanted to let you guys know about it. So just be mindful. All right, let's give this a NARS Ida application. Like, to me, this is very light. So I think if you're fair skin, this is going to be the shade for bronzer for you. Now, not saying that this doesn't work for me. This would be a bronzer that I would reach for in like fall, winter when I'm my most fair. But this does work as a contour shade because it does lean more neutral because I personally like a neutral tone. I feel like you guys all know this by now. So it does work for my skin tone. Is it the most ideal for my skin tone? No. Out of all of them, I think Lunar Bronze is probably my favorite of the ones that are available to be selected for the custom palettes, or at least the ones that were available to be selected. Whether or not they all come back is a different story. So this is like my third application. It is building nicely though. I do really love how these build all together. Like just overall, I think Hourglass powders are just the fucking bomb.com. Like look how soft, natural that looks. I like it. But would this be one that I should have put in this palette? No, I probably should have put something a little bit more warm tone. But I was just trying to fill the hole in my collection, and you know what? Maybe it'll pleasantly surprise me. Maybe everything will work really nicely together, especially since that Burnish Glow shade is significantly deeper. Like, it's one of the most pigmented of all the Hourglass. But it looks nice. Guys, did you also see, do you guys follow me on Insta Story? I did a gua sha last night for the first time. Not first time ever, but like the first time in years, I would say. The immediate difference that gave me, shook. Loved it. I'm like newly obsessed. Now I want to go get a lymphatic drainage massage. All right, what are we thinking about Diffuse Bronze Light? I think it's nice. A little bit more chiseled look over here, more diffused look over here. Overall, I like it. Let me give you guys a swatch just so you guys can see as well. And just if you're unfamiliar, see how light that looks? If you're unfamiliar with Hourglass, one, don't ever judge by the swatch. See how light that is? It's got a subtle reflect to it. If you're buying one of the shades that has the marble effect, they may not all look the same. So just keep that in mind. Like yours could have more or less of the lighter shade or the darker shade, vice versa. Just because mine looks like this doesn't mean that's what yours is going to look like. So that's almost like a little risk that you take when you're buying the marble shades as well. So just be mindful of that if you've never purchased from Hourglass. Now, I should have pinned my hair back. This is why I always pull my hair back for videos. I've had people ask me that. Why do you pull your hair back? This is why, because it drives me fucking crazy. All right, now let's move over to the blushes. So I'm going to start with Oasis Glow. I'm going to put Oasis Glow on one side and then Lucid Glow on the other. Now, which palette? I wanted to see if I could show you Lucid Glow, because this Lucid Glow, compared to one that I already own, it does look lighter, because my other shade has more of that pinky tone in it versus the highlighter shade in there. Or I shouldn't say highlighter shade. It's the Ambient lighting powder. I'm not going to be able to find it right off the bat, I don't think. Lucid Glow. Was it the Butterfly palette, maybe? Does anybody know off the top of your head? I should know this. I should totally know this by heart by now. Let me try... Let me try finding this real quick. Why do I feel like it was, not Evil Eye? Maybe Dragon. No. It's gonna be, watch, the last fucking palette. No, it was a Barney's palette. Okay, so let me just show you a comparison of what I'm talking about. So, Lucid Glow is the center on the top. See how much of that, like, pinky peachy tone is in there in the middle? Comparing these side by side, look how different. It's technically the same shade, but they look significantly different. Like I said, I personally prefer when it has more of the darker shade in there just because of what I typically go for. But again, it's just one of those things where it just may not look always the same. That's also the beauty, though, of the palettes. It's almost like they're all like their own little customization, if you will. All right, so let's go with Oasis Glow on this side first. So with this one, I wanted to put this one in the palette because I thought it would layer nicely with the other selections that I did. So basically, I wanted something to pair with Burnish Glow, because Burnish Glow is very, like, it's very orange, and I love orangey blushes. So I wanted something like Oasis Glow that's a little bit softer, so that way I could almost give it like an ombre effect. And because this has that more of a highlight to it, I thought that this would pair really nicely with Burnish Glow and also Lucid Glow. So this is what it looks like by itself. Probably not the most ideal for me, but that's where, again, I would say I'm going to dip into Burnish Glow, because you're going to see, like, significantly more pigmentation here. So I would focus the Burnish Glow towards the back. I think this is going to go, like, perfectly with this eye look that we have going on right now. And we'll just apply Burnish Glow to the back. And this is going to be one of the most intense blushes that Hourglass has. So I like to go in just, like, one little dot, and then I build it so I don't go too overboard, because, you know, I'm known to go a little overboard. But see how Oasis Glow, it still peeks through a little bit with that sheen. I think Burnish Glow does also have a sheen as well, but I just think Oasis Glow has a little bit of a stronger glow to it. So we've got, what the hell happened right there? So we got Burnish Glow and then Oasis Glow. So I think, honestly, Oasis Glow would be really great if you also have fair skin. But I think Burnish Glow and Oasis Glow, they layer really nicely together. So that is the one cheek. I could keep building this up. Let me throw a little bit more of Oasis Glow on here as well. It's super cute, especially if you're into the orangey vibes. Immediately yes. Now I'm going to do Lucid Glow. I keep wiping my brush on my pants. So that way I don't get the colors kind of overlapping. So this is going to be Lucid Glow over on this side. So I personally do prefer the more marble effect type blushes, because I feel like they're a little bit more flattering. With the more... These to me just look like a typical, like, baked gelée formula, right? These to me have more of that it's more of a glow, but I feel like it accentuates your texture a little bit more. Whereas I feel with the marble, I don't think that they accentuate as badly. So if I had a preference, like if I was to create my own like perfect one, I would have just put all the marble shades in one, just because I overall think that it's more flattering for my texture. So I titled this like I created my perfect custom hourglass palette. Is this like my go-to everyday like my perfect palette? No, this simply filled the holes in my collection, so that is what made it perfect for me. Would these all be like my top favorite shades? No. I do foresee myself picking up another palette in the sense of like my perfect palette, you know what I'm saying? But I think this is beautiful, and I think that I will definitely reach for this more since it's a little bit smaller. So I think it's more travel friendly, and I love to wear like these orangey tones when I go on vacation. So I think this would be something that I would just reach for over trying to reach for like 4 different palettes. Does that make sense? Is anybody else like that? I don't know. To me, I just think that this was such a great idea. It's been long overdue. We've been asking for custom palettes, and Hourglass finally delivered. But now they need to fucking restock them. Because I'm over here like, yo, that was not long enough. We needed more time. So I would love to know, what did you guys get? What was your perfect color combo? I think this is a moment. I fucking love it. And let me just spray. Hold on. I got a new spray. I got this one from NARS. So this is the light reflecting makeup setting mist. Has anybody tried this one before? Okay. Let's see how this looks once I give it a spray, because I think it'll look a little bit better. I try to avoid the center of my face when it comes to sprays. Immediately, yes. What do we think? Do we love it? Do we hate it? Would this be a perfect customizable palette for you? I don't know. I definitely think these blushes could have done with a warmer bronzer, though. But I think having that lighter bronzer allows me to chisel out my face, and then also allows the blushes to really shine. This is a moment. Like, it's so shiny. But I feel like you can really see it. Like, I feel like this side does look quite a bit more flattered, whereas this is more like, if you don't give a fuck about something accentuating your texture, which I really don't, like, especially when it comes to highlight, like, they're always going to be accentuated. And if somebody is that close to me, we gonna have a problem. In a Monet, like, I'm gonna be blurry, but it's like in a Monet, all of them are beautiful. And I feel like too, since I'm one to typically take my palettes, especially when it comes to my blushes, and mix them all together, I could do that with all these shades, and it will still give me that summery orangey vibe, and it allows me to just be more versatile. So I really like this. Is it my favorite? Like I said, if I had to pick an all-time favorite Hourglass palette, not including like the sentimental aspect, like just perfectly curated palette, I would have to go with Barney's Volume 3. Barney's 3, look at this. And you're gonna like this. Do I need to even say anything? This is exactly why I love this. And because of how much I love this shade in this palette is why I added it to my little mini palette. But I love mixing, like I mix all, I'm like reverse. What am I doing? I mix all 3 of these all the time. I mix the bronzers together. I use this whole palette. So this is definitely one of my favorites, but I don't reach for it as often because it's Barney's and it's special. And I'm like, I shouldn't say I don't reach for it that often, because I really do reach for it a lot. But I won't travel with that because I don't want it to break. Let's see. I got the Tiger palette for that burnish glow. It was so good. That was exactly why I wanted to have burnish glow in here. I'm like, I need to add that. Yes, the blushes will give the warmth that the bronzer doesn't. I 100% agree. So that's where I'm not mad at it. This is what I'm thinking. I need to make a palette for when I'm more fair and then when I'm more tan. And maybe we'll come back for another video regarding that. What do you guys think? Do you like that idea? Do you guys like this palette? Let me know. I would just like to see this color here with almost like the mauvey tones and maybe like an at night moment. I think that would go really nicely together. I do think though, I feel like everybody's been hating on these curated palettes. I think the curated palettes are cute as fuck, though. Like, the way that they structured them, I think, is one, smart. Like, I totally understand their vision behind this. I was just so like, why would you launch them at the same time? But again, I'm not really that mad at it. Even like the Dawn palette, the Dusk palette, like this curation to me is so good. I get it. This, what is it, Golden Hour? If you have Elephant, all these shades are in Elephant. So that one was like an easy pass for me. But I really like overall the curations, but I think my favorite is probably Dusk. Because I know it's got my 2 favorite shades, which are Sublime Flush, and At Night, and Mood Flush, and I think it's Oasis Glow. This is, if I had to pick out of the 5, this would be the one that I would probably go for, because I think it's very universal. These are, Alexandria asked how much are they. They retail for $78. They're only available on the Hourglass website in the US, and as of right now, the custom palettes are currently sold out. I keep checking these every single day, like multiple times a day. So if I see this come back in stock, I will absolutely let you guys know. Again, I have everything linked down below. Do you guys have any questions? This was like the biggest thing that I wanted to, have the conversation about in this video, not only to show my palette, but also to answer any questions if the ability to customize your palette comes back, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said, check out this video right here because I do demo all the shades. I just think it's really, like, this would be the video that I would want if I was buying a custom palette and I didn't own any Hourglass. Because, again, I show everything on my hand and also on my face. So if you're wondering where this video is, you can find it on my TikTok and also on my YouTube Shorts as well. Michelle is asking, if they had released the curated palettes before the custom, though, I would have been mad. I bought the curated knowing custom was coming. I agree. And that's where I'm just like, I feel like they should have just dropped custom. And they also should have done it worldwide. But I do foresee this becoming, or not becoming, I do foresee them doing it to more than just the US. Because it's like, why the fuck wouldn't you? The demand is so there. Like, anytime you go to their comment section on, like, Instagram or whatever, everybody's asking, like, when is the restock? When is this coming to Australia, Germany, Italy, like, everywhere? The fact that I have people messaging me and I'm shipping out palettes for them, that's fucking crazy. But then again, I also, on the business side, I also understand because the shipping is fucking nuts. Like, some of the places that I am shipping to, because if you guys didn't know, I do ship internationally. If there's stuff that is available in the US, I will do, like, personal shopping, I guess. Some of the shipping is like $30-$40. It's fucking nuts. But then, like, people that live in these other countries, they're just like, okay, bet, like, I'll pay it. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what Hourglass continues to do, if they do launch it in more than just the US. But I'm gonna keep checking if you guys have any questions as well. How are the custom palettes sold out? Just teasing. I don't know. If I see them launch, though, like, come back in stock, I will let you guys know. What's my favorite finishing powder to pick for the custom palettes? Now, if your complexion similar to me, I personally really like Dim Light. Dim Light is just the closest to my skin tone, and I feel like that's what you really want for the finishing powders. You want it to be somewhat close. I do really like, I think it's Transcendent Light. I could use that as a bronzer. So I do really like that one as well. Soft Light to me, I think, leans more warm, but I can make all of the shades work. It's just Dim Light is my personal favorite because it's got almost like, it's got a more cool, whereas Soft Light is more warm. So I personally gravitate towards, like, pinkier tones and stuff because I feel like they're just more flattering on me. But it depends on the overall look, though, because, like, a look like this, I'm going to go with Soft Light because I have so much warmth and I feel like Soft Light would go really well with this. Whereas they're so sheer, though. It's, I don't know, like, realistically, are you going to fucking know this difference? Probably not. Alexandria is asking what eyeshadow I'm wearing. I have everything on my face linked down below that I could link. It's the Natasha Denona Bloom. It does, I know, I wasn't expecting it myself, but the shade, like, the shade Brick, that's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you, Etta. It's from my perfectly curated Hourglass custom palette. Let's see. Does the sticker on the palette match the placement they gave you or what they chose? This is one thing I didn't, thank you, Michelle. I didn't check this, so thank you. So on the back, this is what it looks like. It looks like your typical Hourglass palette. It's got the ingredients. No, it doesn't. It's not ingredients. It's just the different languages to read ambient lighting edit. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it does say Oasis Glow, Lucid Glow, Burnish Glow, and Diffuse Bronze Light. So this, the only thing that would have made this better is if it said like custom for Britt Clark or something like that. That would have been so fucking cool. This is very cool though that they did this. So I'm almost going to give them a break for not structuring this the way that I personally designed it, because at least they fucking labeled it on the back. That's a really nice touch. Thank you for pointing that out. And these do have 12-month shelf life, made in Italy. That's really all that it says on the back here. And then this is what the outer packaging looks like. And then people were asking, does it have a mirror? Yes, it does have a mirror, which I expected. I didn't expect them to launch a palette like this and it not to have a mirror, because they typically do have mirrors. So thank you, Michelle, for pointing that out for me. So obsessed with that shade. Hope it comes back in stock soon. Like I said, guys, I will definitely keep you guys posted if these do come back in stock, because I'm fucking watching you, Hourglass. I'm even looking at their comment section on Instagram just to see if they've responded to somebody, like when they're coming back. I have a feeling they're just going to either not come back or they're just going to drop it out of nowhere and not tell anybody, because they did, like, I knew that this launch was available before Hourglass even announced it. Like, I feel like the way that they drop things is so strange. Like, they'll be available on their website days before they'll actually announce that it's available, which is why I'm just like, yo, why are you guys selling out before you actually even launch? So frustrating. So guys, if you have any questions in the comments, please leave them down below. If you guys found this video useful, helpful, or anything like that, please, give it a thumbs up or thumbs it down. That's cool too. Try to get Hourglass to see this video. I'm convinced that they just hate my fucking guts, but I would love to work with them one day. I mean, everybody always asks me like, oh, are you sponsored? Are you this? Are you this? Like, no, I buy all this with my own money. I just really love these products. I fucking wish I was sponsored by Hourglass. Okay. So, yeah, if you were concerned about that aspect, like, no, I don't work with them or anything like that. I do believe that there are a few people, like, I know Jacqueline, I'm pretty sure, has a discount code that I didn't know about before. I think, I want to say Mai is her name over on TikTok. It's MAJ. That's another discount code. My girl Veronica, she also has a discount code with Hourglass. So there are codes available. So if you are shopping, feel free to use those codes. There's also like welcome codes and shit like that. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, if you guys are planning on picking up a custom palette and you need help deciding which shades, like I said about a million times now, check out this video. I'll link it down below for you guys, or I'll put a card up here. It's very helpful. Like I said, this is a video that I wish that I saw if I didn't have a collection, because I swatch everything, not only on my hand, but also on my face as well. So other than that, I'm going to keep this short and sweet today for my typical live videos. And one more thing I wanted to mention, because people were asking me about this yesterday. I am wearing the Hourglass, what is this called? The Illusion Luminous Glow Foundation. Again, everything that's on my face is linked down below. And let me know what you guys think, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye!